For the next problem, we'll be graphing a piecewise defined function, and then we'll state the domain and the range. We have f of x is equal to 2 if x is less than or equal to 0, and f of x is equal to -1 if x is greater than 0. So anytime you're graphing a piecewise defined function, be sure first to look at the intervals of x. So we have two intervals, either x is less than or equal to 0, or x is greater than 0. So first of all, for x less than or equal to 0, I'm really looking at the y-axis and to the left of the y-axis. So let's start off and do that first. Well, we have f of x is equal to 2. That simply means y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 anytime that x is 0 or less than 0. Remember, y equals 2 really is just a horizontal line passing through the y-axis at 2. But we want to stop when we get to the y-axis because that is our limitation on the interval. So this is the graph of f of x equals 2 whenever x is less than or equal to 0. Now let's look at the second part. We have f of x equal -1 whenever x is greater than 0. So f of x is equal to -1 really means that y is equal to -1. So another horizontal line, in this case passing through the y-axis at -1, but we have to be careful here. This specifically says for x values greater than 0. So we don't want to actually let x equal 0, but instead we want to draw an open circle here on the y-axis for the x value of 0, and we want to draw our line to the right. This is the line y equals -1 whenever x is greater than 0. It's important that we had one open circle because if we had both of these closed circles, this would not actually define a function because it wouldn't pass the vertical line test. So this is the graph of our piecewise defined function. Now let's talk about the domain and the range. Well, the domain, we really don't even need the graph in order to get the domain. We can get the domain by going up to our original given. We can let x be numbers that are less than or equal to 0, and we can also let x be numbers that are greater than 0. So that's any value we want for x, so therefore we can say x can go from negative to positive infinity, and you can also see that on the graph, that x could be any real number. The range, really we're asking what values can y be? Well, there's only two values that y takes on in this graph. Y can either be the value +2 or it can be the value -1.